Hello everybody, back again with another review. Today's review is going to be over the DC Multiverse Manhunters. And yes, it does say Platinum Edition, but pretty much this is the only version of the figure out. I did get this one from AliExpress for about, I believe, $35 from the listing that I selected. So a very good deal in general, because I did not have to go searching countless stores for this figure, asking employees, and also it was free shipping. So if you want this figure, definitely look on AliExpress for an alternative. Yes, the box may not arrive in the best condition, as there is one flaw, as you can see, kind of like up the top corner above the 22 moving parts area, but it's pretty good. Pretty much all my figures arrive pretty good condition with the box, but I am an opener, so it doesn't really matter to me, but I know it is important for some of you who may be searching for this figure. With that being said, enough of the ramble. Let's get into the actual packaging. So you can see it is 12 plus, just like every other figure here at the top. And then you get the 22 moving parts as well. Here's the little small damage, I guess you can say, and pretty much the only damage on this figure. And moving on to the side, you're gonna see DC Multiverse once again, Manhunters from Green Lantern Corps, Adversary. So yeah, sorry, a little complicated trying to like see what that word said. And then on to the back, this also has one of those stickers, just like the other figure I reviewed recently. So that's just one thing to watch out for. And it looks like the artwork doesn't really match the figure on the front, so that is kind of odd. Once again, just Todd doing his typical thing, pretty much not using art that matches or aligns with the figure's look in the packaging. But enough of that. The artwork does look pretty nice, pretty unique, and looks pretty good, but just does not match the true look of the figure in the box at this current time. So yeah, you can just see it's pretty much the only issues you may get slapped to those tags. So I guess if you're an inbox collector, maybe don't go for AliExpress, although it's a lot better alternative compared to, yeah, all the gas and everything like I mentioned. And then moving on to the last side here, you're gonna see Manhunters, pretty much just same typical look as any other figure, with the little QR code there at the bottom. And for those who may be searching a store, here's the actual code to scan. So there you go. For those who are searching, then yes, you're gonna get that sticker there at the bottom as well if you get it from AliExpress. But that being said, let me get into the actual figure. But the first thing in the package, you're gonna get a typical display stand. I've seen it time and time again. Nothing different. DC logo in the 1 foot peg, as per usual. And getting into the actual card. So I don't know much about these Manhunters yet, because I haven't really watched any media that has them, and I don't can't follow along with all the comics out there. But yeah, Manhunters, same art that's on the back of the box from Green Lantern Corps, Adversary. And then moving on to the back, you're gonna get real name and A, because I'm pretty sure they're robots, is what it looked like. Manhunters were constructed by the Guardians of OA billions of years ago as their first attempt to police the universe. When the robots program was corrupted by the renegade Owen Krona, the units developed emotions, especially pride and arrogance, and mutinied after they eradicated life in Sector 666. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Most manhunters were scrapped, but many escaped and went into hiding. So I can see why. I know many people seem like they bought multiples of these figures when they came across it, so it makes sense, because it seems to be more than one, if not a bunch in general. Maybe in the future I'll go after more, but for now I'm fine with just one. Don't feel like I need a bunch in general in the collection, and it would be the only duplicate figure in my collection. But anyways, getting into it, some of the accessories include 2 of these actual, as you can say, kind of like foot blaster things, or foot flames attached since they're flying. So that's nice and cool to see. The only thing that sucks is that this figure does not come with a flight stand. And when you include these, in my opinion, it should come with a flight stand, or else these are pretty much pointless. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And I guess you can call this an accessory, is a faceplate. So it's pretty unique and something newer, at least that I know of from McFarlane, because I haven't had any figures with it, is an additional faceplate to replace the one currently on the actual figure itself. So that's something new and unique that I haven't come across yet. And the way to do it is on the actual figure. You're going to be able to just knock off the current faceplate. There's at least a little gap kind of here on the side. You just kind of pull on it, take it off, and then you put this new one on. You can see that there's that gap right there. So you just attach it, then snap it on there, or push it on there, I guess. And then you have the other faceplate. For me personally, since I only have one, I'll use the other faceplate. But to ever find the need, that's nice to have an additional faceplate for the actual figure. But yeah, just first impression of this figure out of the box. Yes, it doesn't match the card art, but that seems to be a common thing in McFarlane at time and time again. Pretty sure this is a reuse as well from kind of like Atomic Skull's suit in a way. But yeah, there's some newer things. I do like the paint application. I'm a big guy when it comes to shiny figures or just shiny paint in general. So I love the shiny purple going on here. It really makes the figure pop out, and just the paint application in general pop out. And the face is shiny as well. So that's pretty cool. I do enjoy that look. The rest of it is pretty much kind of like a matte look, or at least, yeah, going on here. Kind of almost like a Azrael in Batman armor paint scheme, the red one. Kind of going on a little less shiny than that. But yeah, there's some little kind of like pearl look to it going on. I don't know if you can tell that through camera, but I just love the detail. Yes, it may be over exaggerated in a way, but I love just the purple. The purple really just does it for me and does it for this figure. And the face is also pretty amazing. I do love the face sculpt, and I'm sure many of you will as well. Very intimidating, very well done from McFarlane, so big props to him on that. Even though I don't know much about this character, so maybe I shouldn't be commenting on that. But yeah, the thing looks pretty good. Then you see a little like spine detail going on there, so that's pretty cool. I just love all the detail going on, even is exaggerated in a way and too much. That McFarlane is known to do more detail than simplicity, I guess you can say. But I do like it a lot. But that being said, you see a lot of the detail going on. So yeah, very well done figure, I think, so far. But that can be obviously changed based on articulation. So let's get into the actual articulation. So when it comes to the head, perfectly fine. Doesn't seem to be too loose or too tight there. So yeah, you can easily rotate it. When it comes looking down, a lot of movement there, so that's nice. And when it comes to going up, not much going on there. But yeah, at least you can do 360. Just sucks maybe it can't go up all the way, but it is blocked by the actual sculpt here in the back and kind of by the neck piece, so that is understandable. And when it comes to the arm, the shoulder pieces are rubber, so they can adjust, so therefore you can get a nice T-pose going on. The little flaps seem to be doing their job, so that's also nice. And when it comes to rotation, 360, no issue there. Kind of a little up-down action there. And when it comes to the bicep cut, there is one present, so you get nice rotation as well from that aspect. When it comes to the actual elbow, perfectly fine, no issue, nice bend from that aspect. Full rotation in the hand. Seems to be a little more tight, but not too much, so don't think you're going to experience much issue there. And when it comes to the actual up and down, it can go up. Man, seems like none of these newer figures really want to move the hand. Okay, so looks like maybe you can only get it to go up that much and then down this much. There we go. Some movement, at least, I guess you can say. More movement than Sportsmaster. And when it comes to the ab crunch, you can see, you could have heard it there. It was a little tight, but now it's, I guess you can say, loose, but not like too loose. Broken in. There, that's a better word. But yeah, and bend back this much, bend forward this much. Pretty much all you need. And yes, it can rotate perfectly fine, no issue. And when it comes to the actual splits, okay, that seemed a little loose, but not, I guess, super loose, but it did seem pretty loose for something that's new. But it is, I feel like, not super loose to the point where it'll just start to lose balance, or not lose balance, but start to spread out on its own. But yeah, seemed a little strange there. But yeah, when it comes to the actual knee, bending it back, be able to get that much going on. So pretty good amount, and it's pretty much the first thing to go because of the thick leg there. And it comes to the actual foot, you're going to be able to bend it back, bend it down this much, bend it up this much. Toe articulation, which I know I usually do last, but yeah, there you go. Full rotation side to side as well. A little tight, you can hear it. There you go. Going to be a little tight. I think that's because of the paint that was used, but yes, it can go side to side. But you'll just hear the little kind of like tight paint, or you know, just restriction there. But yeah, overall, I like the look of this character. Articulation is pretty darn good, if not really good. But yeah, with that being said, let me get into my final thoughts on this figure. This figure I think is very well done. Maybe over detailed, not match the artwork actually used, but I think it is amazing. I love the purple going on, how shiny it is, just all around. Love the face sculpt. That face sculpt is also amazing, and a big plus since we actually get another faceplate to use that is more battle damage in general. So I really do like that. It's a great addition. And after thinking about it, I think the accessories could have done with some type of hand accessories, where that's just like some flame effect or fist in general, since that kind of matches the artwork shown and presented of the actual character in general. So just for him to have something so it wasn't just two plain fists to use, since the flames under feet are pretty much pointless because it should have came with a flight stand, not a regular stand, as we can see. Yeah, that's kind of a disappointment there, but I do love the paint application. Very easy to pose, nice articulation, very well articulation at that. So if I were to give him a rating, I would have to say definitely pick him up right off the bat, so I think you get a good idea of my rating. I'll have to say, just because of the lack of kind of accessories and or just in general, so he didn't have fists, proud to give it a 9.7 out of 10 for me. But overall, I do love the fact that we actually get new face plates and just the constant well done from the actual face sculpt in general. Seems like the past figures from McFarlane, the face sculpt has been pretty good, if I were to say so myself. So that being said, that's going to wrap up today's review. If you did like this review, please like, comment, subscribe down below for more future content in the future. But until then, I'll see you in the next review video. Peace out.